All right, Facebook, I'm live, and y'all can come on and get me now. I'm going to tell you something. We're about to have an absolutely incredible live, so I'm going to wait on some folks to get here while I set up the camera to do exactly what I wish for it to do. So I'm going to turn it around first and foremost. I'm going to turn around the camera so that it does exactly flip vertically, flip horizontally. That's the one. All right, so now my right hand's on the right side. All right, welcome to the first person who showed up, whoever that is, Greg. Greg Sneed, good to see you, bruh. And glad to have you out here with me right now on Facebook Live. And now I'm going to close that back. All right, we're golden. So Greg's good to see you. Okay, folks are jumping on. So I want to say tonight I'm going to talk about three revenue models, and I'm going to talk about and I'm going to talk about the cost of doing business. I got to grab my markers here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to talk about three revenue models in business and the cost of doing business. And hey, Rob, it's good to see you, man. Rob Blair. Hey, man, you need to call me, bro. I need to talk to you. I got some stuff for you. I got some money for you. I got some money for you, Rob Blair. All right, so yeah, he likes that. Okay, I like it too. So what you want to do right now is, for those of you who are already members of the Virtual Millionaire Club, you want to share this video with your link above this video, and you'll be glad you did. I'm going to talk about three revenue models and the cost of doing business. And tonight on the Hour to Empower, at 10 o'clock, tonight at 10 o'clock on the Hour to Empower, I am going to talk about, we're going to finish up our March Madness session that we've been doing. We're going to talk about the making sense of marketing madness. Oh, got to mute out that computer so we don't get a whole lot of interruptions there. So I'm going to talk about March Madness. Hey, Teresita, good to see you on. Greg Napier, good to see you on. Nancy Gray, good to see you. I'm seeing all my peeps showing up right now. That's what's up. I'm far enough away from my phone to be able to see it. If I got too close, I wouldn't be able to see it without my glasses. But grab your pen and a piece of paper. This is going to be an awesome Facebook Live. And for those of you who are already members of the Virtual Millionaire Club, you definitely want to go ahead and paste your affiliate link. Share this video and share this video, and let me make sure that my phone's on Do Not Disturb, which I forgot to do. I don't want somebody to call me in the middle of my Facebook Live. I should have thought of that earlier, and I didn't. So there it is. Grab it. And there we go. Put it on Do Not Disturb. There we go. Okay, now we can't get interrupted. So with a phone call. So if you haven't, for those of you who are members of the Virtual Millionaire Club already, take this video, take this video and share it in your timeline, but post your affiliate link above it, because I'm going to share some really, really powerful concepts that are going to help you take your business and your life to the next level. So we're going to talk about three revenue models, and I'm going to get started here in another couple of minutes. I just need to open up my Facebook on here, so if you have questions, I can actually see those questions showing up on my Facebook Live on my iPad. So I'll just keep that refreshed, and then I can see it right there. Well, it's not showing me the questions that other people are putting on, I guess because I haven't gone live. So, okay, now I can see it. So I can see what everybody's saying, and I can see the comments. Hey, Teresita, Greg, Teresita, and Nancy Gray joined. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And so we're going to talk about three revenue models. How many revenue models? Type it in the screen. I want y'all to talk to me today. I'm not going to do all the talking. I want y'all to talk to me as well as me talking to you. I'm going to talk about three revenue models. How many revenue models? Everybody, type it in. I'm going to talk to you about three revenue models. And when you have a business, three revenue models. So when you have a business, got another marker right here. Three revenue models. So we're going to talk about three revenue models for taking your life and your business to the next level. So if you want to take your life to the next level, you don't want to just have one revenue model in your business. I think one of the biggest problems a lot of business owners have is in their business, they only have one revenue model. If you only have one revenue model, then you really only have one way of making money. And if that revenue model goes away, if it dries up, if something happens in the economy or in that sector of the economy, your income goes away. So what you want to do is you want to set yourself up so that you've got more than one revenue model. By the way, the 3 revenue models that I'm going to share with you, I got them straight from the pages of the Bible, straight from the wisest, wealthiest man who ever lived, straight from. It's so amazing how the Bible has so much to say about business, and I don't say that to impress you. Hey, what's going on there, Dave Kaufman? Hey, I don't say that to impress you, but I say that to impress upon you that it might be a good idea to look in the pages of the Bible to figure out what you should do next in your business. So King Solomon was a businessman. If you go read 1 Kings chapter 10 and you read 2 Chronicles chapter 9, you will see King Solomon's business model. He used all 3 of these revenue models that I'm going to share with you tonight. And you can use all 3 of these revenue models if you have enough insight, if you have enough awareness to apply these 3 revenue models to whatever business you're in. And if you don't, if you're not applying them, it's either, well, before this Facebook Live, if you weren't applying these 3 revenue models, you weren't applying them because you didn't know about them. If you're not applying them after this Facebook Live, then you're not applying them, well, for some other reason. Maybe you just don't care enough. I don't know. Maybe you don't have enough industriousness. I don't know. But maybe what you should do is you should figure out how you can apply. By the way, I've been using these 3 revenue models for years, actually for a couple of decades now. I've been using all 3 of these revenue models. So I'm going to tell you what they are. And I'm not going to put them in any special order of importance, but the first revenue model that you want to have in your business is you want to have a daily cash flow revenue model. Daily cash flow. That's what daily CF stands for. You want to have a daily cash flow revenue model. Why? Because a daily cash flow revenue model means that you have the ability to go out every day and generate revenue. Now, here's why daily cash flow is so important. We have been so programmed to believe so many erroneous beliefs and to buy into so many lies, like the lie that time is money. Oh, you got to have a job, or a hard day's work for a hard day's pay. All that stuff, I'm going to tell you something. All those sound really good, except they're all lies. And what I mean when I say they're all lies is the fact that the reality is, like you say, a hard day's work for a hard day's pay. Well, we haven't defined what is a hard day's work, and we certainly haven't defined what's a hard day's pay. So why is that such a good idea? Time is money. Now that's like the easiest myth in the world to just completely blow out of the water and let folks know that is not real. Like, that is such a lie. Time, okay, if I was going to write it, I would write it like this. Time is greater than money. Okay, so for those of you who are taking notes, that's a writer downer. Time is not only is time not money, time is greater than money. Time is not only greater than money, time is infinitely greater than money. It's so much greater than money that the two should not even be compared. What do I mean by that? I mean that there's not a one of us who's watching this Facebook Live right now who, if we were on our deathbed, wouldn't give every cent we have for another year. But there are none of us who are listening to this Facebook Live right now who won't give all the rest of. There's none of us who'd be willing to give all the rest of our years. So we say, there's none of us who say, take my life right now, just give me $7 million. Well, what good's the $7 million going to do? You're not here anymore. Time is more valuable than money. By the way, God knew that time was more valuable than money because God told us what we should do. In the New Testament, it says, here's what you should do. You should use your money to get time. Don't use your time to get money. You say, that's not in the New Testament. Yes, it is. It's in the New Testament. Here's what it says. It says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Now, the word redeem has several meanings. You can go look it up. By the way, don't take my word for anything I'm saying. Go look it up. Here's what it says. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. What does redeem mean? The word redeem means to buy back or to buy up. That's the first thing it means. Second thing it means to rescue it from loss. So I'm going to go buy it up. I'm going to rescue it from loss. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to improve my opportunity. So I'm going to buy back my time, rescue it from loss, and improve my opportunity. Wow, that makes sense. So I should use, the scripture says I should use my money to buy back my time. But what do? We do the exact opposite and wonder why we can't get ahead. What do? We use our time to get money. We sell our time to the highest bidder. $10 an hour, $15 an hour, $25 an hour, going once, going twice, going twice. I'll give you 35, I'll give you 35, $35 an hour, I'll take it. $35 an hour, $40 an hour, $40 an hour, I'll take it. And we sell our time to the highest bidder because we bought into the lie that time is money. And I'm telling you, the people who came up with that meme that time is money, they made that up so that you and I would be willing to sell our whole bunch of time to them for a little bit of their money. And what we've got to do is we've got to figure out that it makes more sense to use as much money as necessary to buy back the rest of our lives. Okay, I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. So one of the things that you got to do is you got to have a daily revenue model. Why? Here's why. Because you spend money every day, and you spend money every night. You spend money all day, and you spend money all night. You say, I don't spend money all day and all night. Yes, you do. So for you to get paid once a week, if you're only getting paid once a week, you are getting behind the curve. You're like you're spending money 7 times faster than you're making it, or 7 times more often than you're making it. If you only get paid once every 2 weeks, you're spending money 14 times as often as you're getting it. And what you've got to do is you've got to figure out a daily cash flow model. You got to have something that makes you money on a daily basis. It's called a daily cash flow revenue model. What kind of revenue model? Daily cash flow revenue model. So you need a daily cash flow revenue model. When you have a daily cash flow revenue model, that gives you the ability to make money as often as you spend it. Now, I'm going to prove to you what I'm saying is truth now. I said you spend money all day every day. I said you spend money all night every night. And some of you are thinking, well, I don't spend money all day every day. I don't spend money all night every day. You do. Okay, so here's how. Like, I live in Florida. Right now, I'm talking to you on this Facebook Live, but I am spending money. I am spending some bank right now. How do I know? Because I can hear my upstairs air conditioner running in the background. Did y'all hear what I just said? I hear my upstairs. I'm sure my downstairs air conditioner is running too. Why? Because all day when that air conditioner is coming on, I'm spending money all day, every day. Every time the air conditioner comes on, I'm spending money. I'm spending money with the electric company. Every time the refrigerator comes on, I'm spending money with the electric company. Every time my hot water tank cycles, I'm spending money with the gas company. Every time we flush a toilet or turn on some water, or the ice maker in the refrigerator let some water go into the ice maker, I'm spending money. I'm spending money all day, every day. I'm spending money all night, every night. And I'm getting paid once a week, and I'm wondering why I can't get ahead. You can't get ahead because you can't spend money 7 times more often, 14 times more often, 30 times more often than you make it and get ahead financially. So I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down, because what I'm putting down is really real. Now, so your first revenue model you got to have, if you're going to take your life to the next level, that's right, Annette, you got to have a daily cash flow revenue model. That's the first revenue model. Okay? What's the second revenue model? And by the way, this is only important to those folks who want to end up financially free. Notice I didn't say financially secure. One of the biggest mistakes that I see is people make the mistake of thinking that financial security and financial freedom are the same thing. I love what Robert Allen said. One of my favorite quotes of all time. He said there are 2 doors in life. There are 2 doors in life. He said one is marked security, and he said the other one is marked freedom. He said if you choose the door marked security, you get neither security nor freedom. He said if you choose the door marked freedom, you get both security and freedom. I don't know about you, but I'm glad that a long time ago that I chose, hey, Candy Woodring, I'm glad that I chose a long time ago to choose the door marked freedom instead of the door marked security. I love what Benjamin Franklin said. Benjamin Franklin said, if we seek security, we have no independence. That's what Benjamin Franklin said. I love what Helen Keller said, one of my favorite quotes of all times. Helen Keller said, she said, security does not exist in all of nature. Neither do the sons of men as a whole experience it. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. My question for you is, what would you like your life to be? Would you like your life to be a daring adventure, or do you want to settle for nothing at all? For me, I would rather have my life be a daring adventure. I kind of like not knowing what's coming around the corner. I kind of like having to pray, give us this day our daily bread. I like having to go and figure out how to make something work instead of having a false security blanket, right? So revenue model number 1 was what was the first revenue model we talked about? The first revenue model we talked about was a daily cash flow revenue model. The next revenue model that we're going to talk about is called, a continuity revenue model. So continuity, and we'll call it a continuity cash flow revenue model. So if you've got a daily cash flow revenue model, which is like you have stuff that you're selling every day. There are some people on here right now who are watching this Facebook Live, and you sell stuff on eBay and you make sales every day. There are some people watching this Facebook Live right now, and you sell stuff on Amazon, and you sell stuff every day, right? And you make sales every day. There are some folks who usually have your own website, and you're selling stuff every day. So you got a daily cash flow model. Now what you need is you need a continuity cash flow model. What is a continuity cash flow model? Continuity cash flow model, kind of like your cell phone company has. You buy the phone once, but you pay the bill every month, right? So basically you do the work once, but you get paid on it over and over again. I'm going to tell you something. Some of the best businesses in the world, some of the businesses that are doing the best in the world are continuity revenue models. Now here's what's really interesting. I'm going to read something to you. In the Bible, it says that King Solomon had a continuity revenue model. I'm going to read it to you so you know mine's not making this up. So for those of you who've been following me for any length of time, you know that the business principles that I teach all come from the Bible, right? And I believe there's far too much talking about the Bible and not nearly enough walking about the Bible, right? So I'm going to show you that it does say that King Solomon literally had a continuity revenue model. I'm going to read it to you. It's in 1 Kings chapter 10, and it's verse number 23. Here's what it says. I think it's 23. It says, so King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom. Oh, okay, so King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom. And then it says, and all the earth sought to Solomon to hear the wisdom which God had put in his heart. So God put wisdom in Solomon's heart, but the whole world came to hear it. But he didn't teach it to him for free, because the next verse tells us, and they brought every man his present, vessels of silver and vessels of gold, and garments and armor, and spices and horses and mules. Watch what it says, a rate year by year. Aha. So King Solomon had people coming to him and paying him on a yearly basis for his wisdom. I'm going to tell you something. If you will create a continuity cash flow model so that you can, like if you've got rental properties and people are paying you rent every month, right? Or if you've got a laundromat and people are coming into your laundromat, or if you've got Kindle books on Amazon's Kindle platform and your books are being sold and Amazon's making a deposit into your account every month like they are in mine, guess what? That's called a continuity cash flow model. I'm going to tell you something. You made the mistake of thinking that you don't have enough money, but you really only have one problem, one financial problem, and that is not enough money. And the reason you don't have enough money is not because you don't make enough money, but the reason you don't have enough money is just because you don't make it fast enough and you don't make it often enough. Okay? So you need a continuity revenue model. Okay? So we got two revenue models that we've talked about, which are a cash flow revenue model, and then we talked about a continuity cash flow model, and then there's one more, and the other one is a premium cash flow revenue model. What does premium cash flow mean? That means you're selling products that cost $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, $15,000. Now, some of you say, I don't have anything to sell. Okay, that's neither here nor there. Whoever has some to sell right now, they didn't have any to sell when they were born, so nobody was born with a $1,000 product for sale. Nobody was born with a $3,000 product for sale. Nobody was born with a $15,000 product for sale. So everybody who sells those products, I was listening to a guy today, a guy from Australia. He said he's got a continuity premium. He combined these two. Like he's got a continuity premium cash flow model, right? This dude said, he said, I've got one of my continuity programs is $6,000 a month. He said, and I've only ever made 2 sales of that product, but I made those sales, and the presentation he did was in 2014. He said, I made those sales in 2008, but they're still paying me, those 2 customers are still paying me $6,000 a month some 6 years later. So imagine having $12,000 a month. That's a premium cash flow model, continuity cash flow model, both tied together, coming in month after month after month after month for 6 years. Okay? You say, Myron, what's your point? My point is, you don't make money fast enough, you don't make it often enough. If you take the amount of money that you make per hour, if you take the amount of money that you make per year and you make that amount per month, your money problems go away. If you take the amount of money you make per month, and that is provided that you manage your money properly. You've got a responsibility. See, making money is only one of the issues. You got to make money. If you desire to create generational wealth for your family, which, by the way, if you want to consider yourself a good person, the scripture says you should do, because the Bible says a good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. So if I want to consider myself to be a good man, I've got a responsibility to my children and their children, who they don't even have yet, to leave them something more than they had when they got here. Why? Because that's what the scripture says. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So I would like to think of myself as a good man, and what I'd like to do as a good man is leave my children an inheritance and leave their children an inheritance. Why? Because that's what the scripture says I should do. Well, how can I do that? Well, I can do that by taking what I used to make per year and making that per month. Taking what I used to make per month and making that per week. Taking what I used to make per week and making that per day. Taking what I used to make per day and making that per hour. Taking what I used to make per hour, make that in a minute. Well, if you speed up the rate at which you make money and you increase the frequency, your financial problems go away as long as you can manage your money. Does that make sense to everyone? So hopefully you are picking up what I'm putting down. So a premium cash flow model is when you have a product that sells for, $1,000 to what? We'll just call it $1 million. You say, nobody buys $1 million products. Well, there are people out there who buy $1 million products. There are people out there who pay $1 million a year to keep a specific consultant on retainer. Now, if they're not paying you that money, well, there's a reason for that. Maybe you haven't offered it to them. Maybe that's the reason, right? Maybe you haven't even had enough courage to offer somebody $1 million offer. Now, I've never offered anybody $1 million offer. I have made what's really interesting? I have made a $400,000 offer and closed that deal. Okay. So you say, Myron, what's your point? My point is those are 3 revenue models. Now we're going to talk about the cost of doing business. So what kind of business do you desire to be in? See, people want to. It's so amazing how people think our thinking is all twisted. The scripture says that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you can't have opposing opinions on opposite sides of your mind getting in a battle when you're attempting to make a decision. If you do, the scripture says you're going to be unstable. You won't be able to stand. You won't be able to withstand, right? So a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So what you've got to do is stop being double-minded. You got to figure out which one of these you want to do. Do you want to save as much money as you can, or would you like to make as much money as you can? And I know what you're saying. I want to do both. Okay, but when it comes to starting a business, when most people make the mistake of starting a business for the purpose of not spending too much money. I'm going to tell you something. The business that I'm in, I can't get away with that. If I go to do an event we just did an event recently in Dallas, Texas. If I go to Dallas to do an event, I've got to pay for a meeting room. I got to pay for a sleeping room for myself and a sleeping room for my son and my daughter. Then I've got to buy a plane ticket for myself. I got to buy a plane ticket for my wife. I got to buy a plane ticket for my son and a plane ticket for my daughter because we have a family business, right? So I've got 4 plane tickets, 2 hotel rooms, and meeting space. Okay, we haven't made 15 cents, and we've already spent thousands of dollars. That's the cost of doing business. By the way, we ain't guaranteed that a whole bunch of folk are going to show up. Hey, Heather Ann. So we ain't guaranteed that a whole bunch of folk are going to show up. So what do? We just keep on working anyway. See, you got to figure out whether you want a guarantee or whether you want an opportunity. See, I'd rather focus on making money in my business than saving money and getting the cheapest stuff I can. I don't say, well, you know what? I don't want to buy plane tickets, so we're going to have to drive to Texas. Then how much energy am I going to have to pour into people's lives when I get there? So what I've got to do, hey, Dee Dee, what I've got to do is I've got to figure out, am I starting this business save money? Like, people say, well, I don't want to pay for coaching, it's too expensive. The coach that I pay for is $30,000 a year, right? Could I hire a cheaper coach? Well, of course I could hire a cheaper coach. But I'm not hiring a coach based on how much it costs. I'm hiring a coach based on what? how much it can make. And so many people, you know, here's what I learned a long time ago. Poor people ask how much it costs, right? That's what poor people ask. What do rich people ask? And people who desire to be rich. Rich people ask, how much is it worth? I personally would rather focus on the worth of something than the cost of something. And if you go through life focusing on the cost of everything, you will know the cost of everything and the value of nothing. Where's that gotten you so far? I'm going to tell you something. We've been programmed to buy so many lies. And you should look for a business, start being in a business that can make you the largest sum of money. That's right. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a revenue model that I created, or not a revenue model, but a business model that includes all three revenue streams. How many of you would like to have an opportunity to cash in on a cash flow revenue model, a daily cash flow revenue model, a continuity revenue model, and a premium revenue model, and cash in, be able to start a business like that for less than, watch me now, for less than $1 a day. Less than you're spending on Starbucks right now. Woo! I mean, y'all ought to be jumping through your computer screen right now. Oh, somebody almost, stay in there, stay in there. Okay, so really, I'm telling you, you can start a business. I'm going to show you a business model that I created for you, that will cost you less than the amount of money you spend on Starbucks every day. I'm going to show you a business that can set your family free. I'm talking about free. I'm talking about where you don't have a job. People say, Myron, what's your job? I don't have a job. I haven't had a job since 1994. Did y'all hear what I said? I ain't had a job since 1994. 1994. And I'm going to show you something. Hey, Derek Fry, I'm going to help you get free right now. So I created what we call the VMC. What's the VMC? VMC stands for the Virtual Millionaire Club. Now, I know that sounds so, I don't know, hypey. So I'm going to calm down when I say it's the Virtual Millionaire Club so you don't think I'm being hypey. It's called the Virtual Millionaire Club. The reason it's called the Virtual Millionaire Club is because one of the things that I discovered, I've had the privilege of making a significant amount of money in my life. I've had the privilege of having students that make a significant amount of money in their lives. And here's what I've done. I figured out a formula that you can become a millionaire in 25 months. How many of you would like to know a formula where you can become what we call a virtual millionaire in 25 months? Yes? Okay, virtual millionaire in 25 months? Fantastic, because I'm about to blow your mind right now. Yeah, give me some likes and some, I want to see some likes and stuff popping. Pop some likes and some hearts and stuff. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. Virtual Millionaire Club. What is a virtual millionaire, first of all? A virtual millionaire is a person who lives like a millionaire on their way to becoming one. What does that mean? I'm going to show you. First question I want to ask you, though, right now, at the rate you are saving money, right now, how long is it going to take you to save up $1 million, right? At the rate you're saving right now, how long is it going to take you to save up $1 million? And don't just say, a long time. That's not a time. That's not a time frame. At the rate you're saving right now, how long is it going to take you? By the way, for those of you who are already members of VMC, share this video right now in your timeline with your affiliate link above it, because I'm about to tell folks where to get started, and they're not going to know where to go because I don't have a link on this page. I'm doing this for you. Okay? So $1,000. I mean $1 million. At the rate you're saving right now, I'm going to tell you. If you're saving right now $100 a month, okay? If you're saving right now $100 a month, it's going to take you 833 years to save $1 million. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like my chances of being around that long. If you're saving $1,000, so this is $100 a month, right? If you're saving $1,000, so we're going to put this is going to be a $1,000 bill, right? That's a $1,000 bill. If you're saving $1,000 a month, it's going to take you 83.3 years. Now, here's the problem. Some of you are already are older than a year old, like me. Like I'm 55. So that means if I do it this way, I'm going to be 55 plus 8, that's 130 plus 3, 133 plus 5. I'm going to be 138 years. So if my way of becoming a millionaire is saving $1,000 a month, I got to wait till I'm 138. Don't like my chances. Now, maybe you guys can do this. This would be a good plan, because if you can save $10,000 a month, it's only going to take you 8.3 years. 8.3 years, you got $1 million saved up. Now, how many of you would like to know a better plan than all this? Give me some hearts and some taps and some love and some smiley faces and some money bags and some all kinds of stuff, okay? Here we go. We about to take off running. I'm going to show you a better plan. We started out with $1 million. And I know I'm writing in purple, but I don't remember what I did with my other markers. So we started out with $1 million. If you had $1 million, would you be a millionaire? This means yes, you'd be a millionaire. But I got butterfingers today. But if you had $1 million, would you be a millionaire? Yes, you would. But if you spent $1, would you still be a millionaire? No, you wouldn't. You'd be a $999,999-aire. So what you got to do is you got to figure out a better plan. Somebody type in better plan. Somebody type in, I want a better plan. So a better plan than $1 million, than you starting with $1 million, because we already talked about how long that's going to happen. But if you had $1 million, here's what you should do instead of spending it. You should invest it. Let's say you could get 6% on your $1 million. 6% of $1 million is $60,000 a year. So if you had $1 million invested at 6%, it would pay you passive cash flow of $60,000 a year. $60,000 a year divided by 12 months is how much? $5,000 a month. Now I'm going to teach you some elementary school math. By the way, I believe personally that everything that you need to understand to be financially free, you could have understood it in the 5th grade. Because you already knew how to multiply, you already knew how to divide, you already knew how to add, subtract, and do decimals. Algebra's nice, but algebra don't create financial freedom. You need some decimals and some percentages for that. Okay? So here's what I'm telling you now. Here's what I'm telling you. If you had $1 million invested at 6%, it would give you $5,000 a month. I'm going to write this word on here. Passive cash flow. By the way, that ain't just passive. Here's what that is. That's called massive passive cash flow. That's called massive passive. Now, which means, elementary school math, here we go. I'm getting chills because I know what I'm about to tell you. Here's some elementary school math, here we go. Two things that are equal to the same thing. Oh, let me draw it for you. I'm talking. I don't want to talk, I want to draw it out. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. Okay, so if I have $1, right? I got $1, and I got 4 quarters, and I got 2 50-cent pieces. These 2 are equal to that. These 4 are equal to that, which means these 2 are equal to each other. Remember that in elementary school? 2 things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. You say, Myron, what's your point? 2 things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. So if I have $1 million invested at 6%, it gives me $5,000 a month positive cash flow. That means anything that I do that produces $5,000 a month positive cash flow gives me the lifestyle of a millionaire without having to go and figure out how to get $1 million. Oh, y'all need to give me some love taps on that. Give me some hearts. Give me some likes. Give me some smiley face. I just changed your world. 2 things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. So I'm coming back to my slide. I'm coming back to my flip chart now. That means if I got $1 million invested at 6%, it gives me $5,000 a month positive cash flow. Anything that I do that creates for me $5,000 a month passive is worth $1 million to me. Now, here's what's cool. Oh yeah, that's right, Keisha Bass. Boom, and bam, and pow, and all the rest of the other Batman sound effects. I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you right now, I just changed your world. Even if you don't know it, I just changed your world. I just changed the life of your children and your grandchildren. Why? Because I have created an educational portal that's designed to teach you three things. It's an educational portal that is designed to teach you three things. One, it's designed to teach you financial literacy. I wrote a book on financial literacy called From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, How Anyone Can Get Rich Starting From Anywhere. And I know I have one somewhere, but I don't have one in here. So I do somewhere. If I see it, I'll pull it out for you. I'm going to teach you financial literacy. That's one of the things the educational portal is going to teach you. The second thing the educational portal is going to teach you, it's going to teach you business. I'm just going to put business development. I'm going to teach you how to grow a business. I wrote another book. I wrote a book called Click and Order for Brick and Mortar, Online Strategies for Offline Market Domination. The guy that wrote the foreword for this book is one of my students. He was bleeding $30,000 a month and $1 million in debt 10 years ago, and I showed him the principles in this book that have made him, his business does now, $1 million a month in revenue. You're going to learn financial literacy, and you're going to learn business development, and you're going to learn all of it based on biblical principles. Now you say, Myron, why'd you have to throw that in there? Well, because that's who I am, and I'm not hiding it. I'm not pretending to be something I'm not. It's all based on biblical principles. Why do I base it on biblical principles? Because I don't want to base it on something that's true. I want to base it on something that's truth. And the difference between what's true and what's truth is this. What's true is dynamic. It can change. What's truth is static. It cannot change. Sun comes up and sets in the west, comes up in the east and sets in the west. That's static. It doesn't change. That's truth. Right? Sometimes it's cloudy. So today it was sunny. Well, that's true. Like days in Florida are sunny. Well, that's true. Some days are sunny, but some days are cloudy. Some days are rainy. See, what's true can change. What's true is dynamic, but what's truth is static. When I was born, I was a baby. That was true, but it wasn't truth. And the reason I teach financial literacy and business development based on biblical principles is because if I teach you financial literacy and business development based on biblical principles, it can't change. It has to work. And the reason it has to work is because it's always true. And the reason it's always true is because it's based on truth. Now, so I started an educational portal. In that educational portal, you get two. I'm going to show you what you get. And you're not going to believe. So, and by the way, I've got a lot of you right now that are listening to me right now. You're already clients of mine. You've already bought my stuff, so you know that I don't sell cheap stuff, right? So, here's what happens. You're going to get 2 audios a week. So what's an audio look like? An audio looks like this, right? He's got the headphones on, right? He's happy, right? 2 audios a week. You're going to get 2 audios per week. You're going to get 1 video per month. Now, generally speaking, my audios sell for $20 a piece. I've got a music CD that I produced. Sells for $20. You want to buy just an individual CD? The lowest end audio training CDs that I have are $20. The lowest priced videos that I sell are $100. That's how much I sell my videos for. But in my educational portal, I wanted to create an opportunity for people to come up like I came up through the ranks of starting out with a little and ending up with a lot. How do we do that? Here's how we did it. The educational portal doesn't cost $120 a month. Actually, you get 2 audios a week, so that'd be like 20 times 2. It'd be 2 times 20 is 40. 40 times 4 would be $160 a week. $160 a month plus 100 would be $260 a month. But it's not $260 a month. Here's how much it is. For this educational portal, for you to have access to the information in the educational portal, it is a big old whopping $27.99 a month. $27.99 per month. I'm going to have to go to another flip chart. $27.99 a month, you get access to all this training of me teaching. I've written 4 books. I think I've written 4 books. I've produced hundreds of audio programs, hundreds of video programs. I've done hundreds of seminars. I've taught thousands of hours on the principles of business development, financial literacy, and biblical principles. Thousands of hours. Okay, you're going to get access to that for $27.99 a month. That's just the beginning, though. Remember, I showed you those 3 cash flow models at the beginning. What were those 3 cash flow models? Those 3 cash flow models, and wow, we've only been going 40 minutes. We're doing good. What were those 3 cash flow models? Cash flow model number one was a daily cash flow strategy, right? So you need to have something you can sell every day. The cash flow strategy number 2 is a continuity cash flow strategy, right? Cash flow strategy number 3 was a premium cash flow strategy. I have put all of those inside this educational portal so you can get paid. Oh, don't hang up on me now. We about to get started. Here we go. And by the way, I'm almost done. I'll be done in 7 minutes. So don't miss this training. So here's what happens. Every time somebody pays their $27.99 to become a member of the VMC Virtual Millionaire Club, that gives them a monthly renewable license to sell memberships to the Virtual Millionaire Club. When you sell a membership for $27.99, okay, that's the price, you make $20.15 of that $27.99. Now, you make $20.15. That leaves $7.84. The merchant account, right? The merchant account, they get 84 cents, which leaves me with $7. I created the content. I created the platform. I'm paying to host the platform. I'm paying to host the content. I've already set up all the deliverables. And you can pay $27.99. For those of you who are authors, coaches, speakers, and you don't have a continuity program, you can literally have a continuity program that's all set up for you, content already plug and play. All you got to do is $27.99 and promote it, and you make, every time somebody pays for it, you make $20.15. By the way, $20.15 doesn't sound like that much, does it? Well, it is. Because if you have just 10 people per month buy a membership from you, and this is not multi-level. There's no levels. There's no levels. You're not getting paid off anybody's levels. There aren't any levels. Okay? But if you sell 10 memberships a month, right, you're making $200 a month. If you do that for 2 years and 1 month, that's 25 months. If you do that for 25 months, right, what happens? You're making $5,000 a month. Massive passive cash flow. Oh, y'all should be giving me some hearts right now. Y'all should be giving me some likes right now. Y'all should be giving me some thumbs up. 10 a month. That's less than 3 a week memberships that you sell in 2 years and 1 month. You're making $5,000. By the way, you say that's a long time. It ain't 833 years. It ain't 83 years. It ain't 8.3 years. I'm talking about 2 years and 1 month at 10 members a month. I got a lady who started last week, and in 2 days, she's already got 4 memberships sold. Oh, yeah. As good as this is, and as hard as it is to believe, it gets better. Okay, how does it get better? Once you become a member, starting in April, okay, and maybe even before that, but starting in April, we're going to launch another product. That product is a product that you will have the opportunity to buy. It's $99.99. And when you buy that product, because you're paying your monthly membership, which gives you the license to the VMC, and you bought this product, which gives you a license to that product, as long as you are a member of the VMC, here's what happens. You make 2% on that product, which means you're making basically $71.99. You make $71.99. We might as well call it 72 bucks. Every time you sell one of those, you make $72. By the way, the merchant account, they get $3, which leaves me with, I think, 25 bucks. And I created it. You say, Myron, why are you doing this? Because I have spent the last 37 years. Wow, that makes me sound old. I got started as an entrepreneur in 1985. I spent the last 37 years selling stuff to create wealth for my family, and now I'm going to sell stuff to create wealth for your family. Oh yeah, you should give me some hearts for that too. And I'm going to tell you something now. I'm going to tell you something. That may not sound like that big of a deal, but let me ask you this. How many of you would hire me to become your product creator, your copywriter, your salesperson, your presenter, and your closer for only $27.99 a month? And if you say no to that, well, you know what? Maybe a paper route your best option. All right. Then we're going to introduce another product. And they're all educational products. You'll learn what they are. By the way, this product has me, Mark Victor Hansen, Jim Rohn, Jerry Clark, who's one of my mentors, Jeff Combs. This product right here has a bunch of different trainers in it that are all awesome. Okay? So, $99.99. Then this product, the next product is a product that's $297.99. It's going to put $300. And every time you sell one of those, you make 72% or $210. I'm rounding up, by the way. I'm rounding off. I hope that's okay with y'all. It's going to be like 200, and it's going to be a little less than 210. But you get my point. Then there's another product that's coming. The product's already done, but the website's not done. The presentation's not done for you. There's another product coming. $999.99, and guess what? You make 72% of that. Every time that sells, you're going to make $720 per sale. Oh snap! Now we're into the premium cash flow model. We will be introducing, before the end of the year, for the Virtual Millionaire Club members, a $3,000 product that you will be able to sell once you buy it. You cannot earn commissions on any product that you have not yourself bought. So the Virtual Millionaire Club, understand, it's not about just the money you can make. The Virtual Millionaire Club is an educational portal that teaches business and finance from a biblical perspective, and gives you the rights to go out and sell memberships and make money off the memberships for a membership program I created. By the way, and you can go on the internet and look, there is no one, N-O-W-O-N-E, no one out there giving 72%. There's nobody out there giving 52%, 62%, let alone 72% of products they create to somebody other than themselves. It ain't happening. But it's time. One of the things, and there are reasons why I turned this on, why I created this program to be like it is. And I wish I had time to go into all the reasons why. I'm not going to go into all the reasons why right here, right now, for several reasons. One, I'm hot. Two, I got a conference call coming up in 2 hours and 15 minutes called The Hour to Empower. You can see the post for that on my page, facebook.com/THE Myron Golden, the Myron Golden. So I've got The Hour to Empower coming up in a very little while. So what you want to do is you want to click the link above this video. If you're watching it on somebody else's page, like somebody shared this video, they put their link above this video. Click the link and get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club. Don't let grass grow under your feet. Oh, I want to think about it. I want to check it out. Okay, by the way, let me say this. For all my friendly, and by the way, I love you guys, but I'm just telling you, if you're a tire kicker, if you want to check it out, check it out. But I'm going to tell you something. I want you to know before you get started, there are no refunds. There's Candy said something. I'll read it later because I couldn't see it. There are no refunds. Myron been in the gym. You're funny, Jared. Okay, so there are no refunds. If you think you might want a refund, don't get started. Hey, that's easy, right? How's that for full disclosure? If you think you might want a refund, you're not getting one. Myron, why don't you give refunds? Everybody gives refunds. I know everybody gives refunds. First of all, I'm going to tell you why everyone gives refunds. Everyone gives refunds because they're trying to increase sales. I'm not trying to increase sales. Buy it or don't buy it. Like, I'm not trying to talk you into buying something. Like, if you're waiting for me to convince you, your answer is already no. I'm telling you right now, if you're waiting for me to convince you, just don't do it. Like, don't do it. If you know it's a scam, okay, you're already scammed, so stay in the scam you're in. And I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, if you think that you might want a refund, this is not for you. Right? So, and the reason I don't give, so everybody gives refunds so they can increase sales. Because they know if they give a money back guarantee, here's what they know. They know they're going to increase sales by about 20%, and they only will ever have about a 4% refund rate. So they want to jack their numbers up so they can have a big testimony. I don't care about anything. I've got nothing to prove. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't give refunds. So that's the reason why people give refunds. Now I'm going to tell you why I don't give refunds on this program. Because I pay out a lot of money. I pay out a lot of commission. 72% is a lot of money. And I don't want to have to charge chargebacks. I remember when I first got started selling insurance, I used to sell insurance, and I'd sell, they'd pay the first month's premium, they'd pay for it for 3 months, then they'd cancel their insurance policy, and then the company would charge back the commissions they paid me. I don't want to charge back anybody anything, so we're not taking refunds. So if you think you might want a refund, this program is not for you. See how easy that is? If you think, yeah, but it's $27.99, that's a big risk. Okay, well then go flush that money down the Starbucks toilet. I'm just telling you. I did not do this presentation to convince you. I did this presentation to show you something. If it makes sense to you, do it. If it doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. And we can still be friends. I still like you. I love you. If you don't do this, I still love you. You're still my friend. I can still hang out with you. We can still play golf. We can still eat dinner together. And guess what? If we're having dinner or we're playing golf, I won't even bring it up. I'm going to tell you something. You guys have seen that show, The Prophet, right? So I got coached in front of 1,100 people last year by Marcus Lemonis, the guy on The Prophet, right? So he asked me a question. Now, you guys know me. I'm almost never at a loss for words, right? So he asked me, so tell me, you meet me on an elevator and you want to sell me on your business, what would you say? I didn't know what to say. I was at a loss. And first of all, I was kind of really engrossed in what he was talking about, and I wasn't expecting him to call on me. And then he calls on me, and then he asked me a question that I really don't have an answer to. And I really spent a couple of days after that thinking, why did I have such a hard time I never have a hard time coming up with an answer. You ask me a question, I've got an answer. Even if the answer, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. I got an answer, right? I didn't have an answer. I'm like, I stumbled all over my tongue, right? Looking like a bumbling idiot in front of 1,100 people. And I asked myself, why was it so hard for me to come up with an answer for a simple question? Like if I meet somebody in an elevator and I want to talk to them about business, I figured out what the reason was. When I meet somebody on an elevator, I don't want to talk to them about business. If I meet somebody at the grocery store, don't you get tired of being prospected by people at the grocery store, at the bookstore? Don't you get tired of people trying to pitch you in their opportunity? I don't want to talk when I first meet somebody anywhere, I don't want to talk to them about business. I just don't. I'm not interested. You say, Myron, what's your point? My point is, I got way more to do than just this. And my relationships are way broader than just business relationships. I can have friends that don't even know I'm in business, right? I would much rather talk to you about you than talk to you about me. So, here's what I'm going to say. If you're looking at this on somebody's Facebook page, look above this video and click the link and get started. If you came to this video through my Facebook page, then you can look on my Facebook page and look down. You'll find a link somewhere down on the page on how to get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club. But here's what I want to say. Don't miss this train. Here's what I believe. I believe, because of the way we're doing it, I believe that we are going to have 5,000 people in the first 90 days get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club. Oh, and I have to announce a couple of things. One thing, I've got a new program that I created. It's a $197 program. If I was going to sell it to you, $197 program. It's called Making Sense of Marketing Madness. I'm teaching the last module of it tonight on the Hour to Empower. And guess what? You're going to get that whole course for free when you get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club today. I'm going to just give it to you. You're going to get access to it right away. Now, the other thing is, I'm starting a contest tonight for those in the Virtual Millionaire Club from now to the end of the month. If you get the most new memberships sold over 50, like 50 or more, and somebody has 50 and somebody has 60, somebody has 70, if you have the most over 50, you're going to get a brand new iPhone 7. That starts today. Well, it doesn't start today. It just starts for the whole month of March. It don't even count sales you've already made, right? Okay, so the most over 50, bam, iPhone 7. The most over 20 but not quite 50, $100 Amazon gift card. The most over 10 but not quite 20, a $50 Amazon gift card. So get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club. Either click the link above this video and get started, or go on my Facebook page. If you're on somebody else's page, click the link above this video and get started with them. I'd rather you do that because I want my affiliates to make money. But for those of you who came because you got an email from me, or you came because you're one of my fans on my fan page, just look down on my page and you'll find a link. So whichever the case may be, don't let grass grow under your feet. Don't miss this train. It's pulling out of the station. Get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club. I'm going to open it up for questions now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the questions on my iPad. So if you got questions or comments, you can type them in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out here and answer questions for a few minutes so that people who have questions can get those questions answered. So let me see what we got with questions. Okay. Comments. Rob Blair. Okay, wow, we got a lot of comments. Three. Okay, that's from the beginning. I'm going to go to the bottom of the thread. Hey, Dee Dee, my daughter's on the call. Hey, Dave, what's up? Congratulations. This is okay. Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie Cochran, what's up, man? Annette Illowicki. Hey there, Deborah Smith. So if you got a question, type it in. What's up, Jason O'Neill? Hey, Candace Woodring. So good to see you, my dear sister. Martha Williams. What's up, girl? That's my sister-in-law. Sarah Scott, all the way out in Boise, Idaho, don't you know? What you're putting down is really real. Thank you, Morgan. You're awesome. Annette Illowicki, cash flow revenue model. So if you got a question or comment, type it in now. Tamisha Taylor, I'm in. Congratulations to you, Tamisha. Who else has a question or comment? If you got a question or comment, I'll answer it. Type it in. I'll answer it. I'll stay on until, well, for a few more minutes anyway. If you got a question, type it in. Somebody have a question or a comment. I'll even take comments. Okay? I'll even take comments. Okay, nobody else has anything? Let me see if there's any up here popping up. Nope, same thing. Shut the back door. Sonia, you're funny. Okay? You're funny. That's hilarious, actually. That's one of the best ones I've ever heard. Shut the back door. Okay, Ronnie Cochran. Ronnie Cochran, man, that's so beautiful. Okay, I'm seeing all kinds of people that I've known forever. Freedom versus security. Ernesto, great training. Thank you. You're welcome, Ernesto. Appreciate it, brother. Anybody else? Any comments or questions before we end the Facebook Live? I'm going to wrap it up here in a couple of minutes. We got a bunch of folks on here. Nathan, you don't see any links. Nathan, how did you get on the webinar? Did you come on through my page or through an email that I sent you? How did you get on? James Jordan, what's the link to join? Great training. James Jordan, did you come on through an email that you got from me? Okay, guys, I'm trying to answer your question. I guess you're typing it in. Oh, you came in through my page. So for those of you who came in through an email that I sent you through my page, go to facebook.com/the Myron Golden, TheMyronGolden, facebook.com/the Myron Golden. How do I start? That's how you start. Either click the link above the video if you're on somebody else's Facebook page and get started. And then if you're on my Facebook page, if you got an email from me, or if you got an email from me, or if you got notification from Facebook and you came on my page, just scroll down on my page and yeah. Hey, Bob Biss, yeah, watch the replay. It was pretty much off the chart. I've created a slew of products. Actually, I've written 5 books over the last 3 years. Your course helped me monetize my products. Great. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. Thank you, James Jordan. We've been friends for years here on Facebook. Great. So James, go ahead, click on the link on my page. Hey, Regina Clay. Man, I'm seeing all my friends out there on Facebook land. This is awesome. I almost feel like I'm having a party. Do y'all feel like you're at a party? I feel like I'm at a party. Lorinda Stewart, 16 others just shared your video. Let them know. Thank you. Thank you, Lorinda, and 16 others for sharing my video. And put your link in the post above it. Hey there, Helen Thomas. Nevada Howard. What's up, sis? Nancy Gray. If you are paying for the recording on the Hour to Empower, will it be 2 separate payments? If you're paying for the recording on the Hour to Empower, you can cancel it, Nancy Gray, once you're in the Virtual Millionaire Club, because you're going to get all the Hour to Empower recordings as going to be one of your weekly audios. Great question, Nancy. Ben Pavlo, what's up? All my blasts from the past are coming in. Hey, Regina, glad to see you. Got those books shipped out to you today, sister. I did send them to Del Toro's name because I didn't see a name, so I sent them to Del Toro, and then I sent the company as Anointed for Business. So that's going to be off the chain. Anointed for Business, y'all, in Dallas. For those of you who are watching in Dallas, Anointed for Business conference coming up May 4th through the 6th, I think. But you'll see. I'll post something about it tomorrow. Cynthia Grant from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hey, sis. Man, I'm seeing all my peeps. I feel like I'm having a family reunion on Facebook. This is awesome. Annette Illowicki, you're pumped. Annette, I'm pumped. I hope you got my email. I sent you an email today. I need to get a different address because the post office wouldn't take your address. Hey, great to see you, Ben. Indeed it is. Indeed it is, Greg. A great use of ClickFunnels. Absolutely. So, guys, if you haven't gotten started with the Virtual Millionaire Club yet, don't let grass grow under your feet. The party's getting started. I'm going to announce it again tonight on the Hour to Empower. Get on the Hour to Empower tonight. Christine Simmons, May 5th through the 7th is the event. Thank you, Christine. Christine, it's great to see you. I feel like people in my past that I just really just are awesome friends of mine are coming out. Awesome stuff, man. I'm so happy to see y'all. So, with that in mind, I feel like I have held y'all long enough. I'm going to be like Pharaoh, let God's people go. Let me see. Any other questions that I missed or comments that I missed? Cynthia. Hey, y'all, this was and by the way, once you get started in the Virtual Millionaire Club, let me say this. I will do presentations like this that you will be able to share your link above, and I'll tell people to get started with you. You will even be able to take this Facebook that I just did. If you like this presentation, you will be able to use this presentation, share it on all your groups, share it on all your Facebook pages, and get folks to share it on all your Facebook pages, share it on in all your groups, and put your link above it. So when folks see it, they'll get started with you because they'll see in the video. I said, click the link above this video. How cool is that? So I'm working for you guys. I'm gonna get a flip chart too. That's hilarious, Keisha. You need to quit tripping. Okay. I love flip charts, by the way. This is called the Fred Flintstone PowerPoint. That's what that's called. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Fred Flintstone PowerPoint, right? You get a rock and a piece of chalk and you write on it. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. So go ahead. And what I'll do for those of you who don't have a link, who came in through my page, I'll send you a link as soon as the page is over. If you came in through somebody else's link, just look above the video and click on their link. Okay? All right, well, it looks like nobody else has any questions or comments. I appreciate y'all spending your evening with me. I'm going to do this again this week. I'm not sure what day. Who knows? I might do a couple of them. This was so much fun. I might start having this kind of party on a regular basis. All right, but right now, here's what I want you to do. Get with a person who invited you through their share and click the link above this video and get started. Quick question. Okay, so James asked a question. Good. I like to see questions coming in because... quick question. How fast do you pay out commissions? Right now we're paying out commissions once a month, but commissions are paying out next Friday for all the people who sell memberships up to next Friday. So next Friday is the cutoff day, and Saturday, your checks will be mailed out between next Saturday and next Monday. So absolutely. Yeah, they stick to the wall like magic. They do. So hopefully that answers your question, James. Don't let grass grow under your feet, guys. The Virtual Millionaire Club is the place to be. And here's what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen, and then I'm going to end it. Here's what's going to happen. Either you're going to get started and you're going to tell all your friends, or you're going to wait and all your friends are going to be telling you. It's not a question of if you're going to get started in the Virtual Millionaire Club. It's not a question of if your friends and your family are going to get started in the Virtual Millionaire Club. It's just a question of when and with whom. And the question is, are you going to get started now and they get started with you? Or are they going to get started now and you get started with them later? And either one is A-okay with me. So with that in mind, don't let grass grow under your feet, as my dad would say. And just so you know, Mr. Jared Wilkins, I have my own gym on my patio. I've got 2 total gyms, a Schwinn Airdyne bike, and a Roman chair, and I use my body weight. I don't lift weights. I just work out a little bit every now and then. Okay, so, but, all right, guys, I'll see you inside the Virtual Millionaire Club. Stay blessed by the best. I'll see you over the top, not from the top, because you deserve the best. See you next time.